What is good, Ape Nation? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only AMC stock and some very important things that we need to be discussing for the future of this company. I'm also going to be doing some in-depth technical analysis and talk about where I see the share price going and how this may play out for the future, because many people do foresee a bull trap that's forming for AMC, and they are anticipating this thing dropping a little bit, or at least once again, before we have a massive rip. So I'm going to actually address that theory and talk about how this may play out for AMC and why I am still very bullish for the future. Now, before I say anything about that, however, before I discuss how AMC is moving, I do have to mention some very important things just briefly. First off, I'm not a financial planner. This is all for educational purposes only, so do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this, and not only benefits me, benefits the entire AMC community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the opportunity to win up to $200,000, as Moomoo is giving away $200,000 for the new year. So if you want a chance to win up to $200,000 and up to 5 free stocks, please check out the link down below, guys, and sign up if you want and deposit $100. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. Looking at AMC, ticker symbol AMC, we have some very interesting price action that we need to discuss. So what I found very interesting is we do have resistance at the $18 range, which we did discuss in my previous video. And the thing is, as we ended up going to 1871, we had a drop after that. So some people would argue that, you could argue that this was kind of like a miniature bull trap that formed. So it's a little bit difficult for me to bring up pictures on Webull. So look at this as an example. I'm going to use TradingView for this part. Let's move right up here. This is basically what a bull trap is going to look like, right? You have that run up, the fake out, and then it drops after that. Kind of similar to AMC. I wouldn't say it's a perfect one. Kind of had that. Not necessarily, because we started descending pretty hard after that, right? Like we went from 1871 all the way down to 1652. So pretty insane day. But anyways, guys, we also have this gap right here, right? This massive gap that started at 1611. So it does look like we could end up going down there again. And we could end up going a little bit lower. Hold on. Yeah, that's kind of like how this is looking like. Anyways, AMC is looking pretty interesting right now. Let's look at what other indicators are showing as well. So let's look at MACD, the VWAP, and RSI. Pretty sideways on the MACD. RSI, once again. The RSI is pretty strong, looking okay. VWAP. AMC was trading above it for some time, then we went below it after that big drop. So anyways, guys, let's not worry too much about these indicators. Let's actually try to pinpoint this on the bigger chart, right? Because we want to see how does this look in the grand scheme of things. We know this thing can trade within the $16 to $18 range or even go lower. We know that, right? That's just common sense. But what about this formation, right? So I didn't adjust the lines on this overall giant falling wedge. And the thing AMC likes to do is we like to see formations within the giant formation. So it's like a tiny wedge within a bigger wedge within a bigger wedge. It just happens over and over and over again. So we're still respecting this, right? I'm zooming in. We're still respecting this pretty well. And because we see these red candles right here that brought us back down to the $16 range, we could run up again, but then we'd have resistance at around $18 range again. So like I told you guys, we're still respecting this pretty darn well. So does that mean we're out of the falling wedge? Perhaps not, guys. We haven't seen the breakout yet. So if we do end up breaking out of this and going to the $19+ range, that's going to be very, very bullish, in my opinion. That would be very awesome. But if that does not play out, guys, it still is possible for us to drop a little bit. And we do have support at the $14 range and also around the 16 flat. And there is still a gap that needs to be filled at 1611. So that's an indicator, guys. Another indicator that we could drop. So anyways, I'm going to switch over to this. Let's try to pinpoint this. So we have, let's see. Okay, the chart is here. Okay, let's see. I think I pinpointed falling wedges before. And this is looking pretty interesting. So we do have a trend line like right here. It's kind of respecting this. I can maybe extend this a little bit, kind of like that, right? And then we have this massive falling wedge that still appears to be respected, right? I didn't touch this at all from yesterday. I left the line here. And considering I didn't even touch it, look at the way this thing still is. I mean, it just fell on it very, very well. So what people are now anticipating is we have a bull trap. And this bull trap could cause AMC to dip one last time, guys. And that seems like the most likely scenario until we break out of this wedge. So what could end up taking place is, as we respect the falling wedge, we end up doing this. We got that top, and we start dipping. And we dip a little bit. We may continue to dip just a little bit more, guys. We could go all the way down. One last time, and then boom. As soon as we get out of this wedge, we might run up to maybe 18 again, 18, 19. We test it, maybe like this. And then boom, we continue to run up afterwards. And that's when we get out and continue to rise, right? That's like the way I would see the chart. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. So I'm not trying to make predictions. I'm just trying to give you guys a scenario based off what the chart is showing right now, right? I'm not some kind of sorcerer that knows exactly what's going to happen. I've made predictions where I was completely correct, other ones where I'm wrong, and it's going to happen. But it's really up to you to dissect this information and then try to understand what's going to happen after that, right? So another possibility is we could already be in the breakout phase, and I could be totally wrong, guys. Okay, I could be completely wrong because there is a gap right here, which is why I just feel like the downside, or at least the chance for downside, is a little bit higher now that that happened. And if you look at the way the chart looked, we touch 18, then we start dropping. So another possibility that's less likely is we just start running like really hard. Shorts start covering, boom, we explode. And that could happen, guys. And we could keep running, keep on running and running and running. But like I said before, guys, I don't know if that's going to happen. It's a possibility, but this one is a little bit more likely to happen. Now, looking back at the chart, hold on. 1 day chart, 1 minute candles to show the meticulous nature. We hit 1871, then dropped hard after that. So it's looking like we're not going to break 18 for a little bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of strength to get there. But the volume, guys, the volume is really starting to pick up. So we might slowly, just like what I'm showing you right here, we might slowly start to rise as the volume picks up, guys, because AMC might be getting ready for another big breakout. That's how I see it, guys. I don't know if we're already set for a big breakout. It's just going to happen from here on out. I'm not sure. But I am sure that once we break out of this falling wedge and we have a very, very good amount of momentum, we're going to break out really, really hard. Really hard. And it's not going to be like this, maybe kind of like that. And we'll just keep going. And maybe shorts will start covering then and this thing explodes, right? But I just want to prepare you guys based off what the price action showed today and what can end up playing out. But anyways, that's what I have for this one. I thank each and every one of you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. AMC to the moon, and peace out.